Bismillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Question: do we need to remove dentures from performing wudu? Dentures, we put, those artificial teeth. Do we need to remove dentures when performing wudu? This is a question. So the answer is, in principle, washing the mouth in wudu is not farz. There's only 4 farais. فَاغْسِلُوا وُجُوهَكُمْ, face. وَأَيْدِيَكُمْ إِلَى الْمَرَافِقِ, arms up to the elbows. وَامْسَحُوا بِرُؤُوسِكُمْ, masah, the wiping on the head. وَأَرْجُلَكُمْ إِلَى الْكَعْبَيْنِ, and to wash the feet up to the ankles. So in principle, the dentures while making wudu, it is not, wudu will be valid. If someone just does the rinsing the mouth. But in ghusl, you have to remove. If it's without any difficulties, you have to remove it, because in ghusl, the mouth with gharara, that is wajib, that is first to do in ghusl. But if it's difficulty to remove it, then it's excused. Okay, that's the answer. Assalamu alaikum, Imam. Wa alaikum assalam. Is it possible to have 2 niyyah, 2 intentions, making up all fast and nafal for Monday for the same fast? So the question is again, is it possible to have 2 niyyah, 2 intentions, making up for the old fast and the nafal? No. Because you cannot mix up, because the previous fast that you have not done, you're making it up. That is a qada. That is farz anyways. That is a farz niyyah that you have to make. You have to make it up. So the intention, you cannot mix it up with a farz and a nafl all together. That cannot happen. Okay. So these 2 niyyah will be separate. Okay, separate meaning that you have to fast for making up for that, and then the nafl niyyat is separate. So you cannot put them together. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum assalam. Can we use, and there's a picture of the symbol bracelets without believing that provide any protection. There's a amulet picture. Amulet, these blue amulets that people hang. You've seen it a lot of times. The question is, can we use these symbol bracelets without believing that provide any protection? That's the question. Because a lot of time people have these amulets or these talismans that or sometimes people use rings. These rings, the rocks. They say it has some kind of a power to do this and to do that, right? The answer is, it is haram and it is shirk to wear these types of, or hang them in the house, in the car, or wherever it is, having this belief that this amulet or this talisman will protect us from evil or evil eye. It is haram, it is shirk. So we should not be using any type of. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is our protector. He protects us from all these evil. But then Allah has given us some cure. Mu'awwadatain, Ayatul Kursi, right? So why don't we use these and we're going somewhere else? This is how Shaitan deceives us. Shaitan has put it in our minds that, this Quranic verses, it will not affect. Go and use these talismans and these bracelets and these things. And Allah has given us very powerful verses, very powerful surahs in the Quran. That you recite this, inshallah you'll be protected. But we don't use these things. We're always just going somewhere else and finding somewhere. Why? Recite it in the morning, so Mu'awwadatain, Ayatul Kursi, morning, evening, 3 times, inshallah, and have this belief. Allah, and again, we have this belief that the verses has no power. Remember this. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who gives the power and who gives this. Allah is the one who protects us. Right? So always have this in your mind. So these type of talismans and these types of bracelets and whatever it is, even if someone is wearing a ring, even if it's aqiq, that is proving that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam has wore a ring that had aqiq on it. And if someone is wearing it, not because of the sunnah intention, but is because this rock, this aqiq does this or that or protection and so, it is shirk, totally 100%. So whoever is wearing it, whoever has this belief, should make sincere tawbah. And if you want to wear it, you wear it as a sunnah. That is fine. That's no problem. Assalamu alaikum, Imam Umar. Wa alaikum assalam. I have following questions about issues discussed in the past. Number 1. According to the timetable, the timetable, whether it's ISGL timetable, whether it's wherever, when we look into the applications and all that, they have 2 different timings of, again, the question is about the Asr timing, okay? So it says Shafi and it says Hanafi, right? So standard Asr time starts at 2:37 p.m., whereas Hanafi Asr starts at 3:17 p.m. Is it allowed for a follower of Hanafi madhab to pray Zuhr Salah around 3 p.m. for example? I have mentioned this in very detail. Personally, what I believe, the timetable that Hanafi Shafi shouldn't be there anyways. The reason is, I have mentioned this, according to Imam Abu Hanifa, about this situation, about the Asr timing, he has 4 different aqwal. He has 4 different aqwal. That when does the Asr time starts? And one qal is the same qal or is the same opinion that the Jumhur ulama have, Shawafi have, Hanbali have. And believe it or not, that qal, the fatwa is given on that qal, and the saying of Imam Abu Hanifa the same as the Shafi. So there is no any ikhtilaf. If you truly look at it, there is no any difference of opinion about the timing. So yes, the answer very simply, that yes, you can pray. Let's say, for example, 2:37, the time is starting of Asr, according to the Shafi. It's not Shafi, actually there isn't any difference of opinion in it anyways. So yes, you can pray Asr right after 2:37. You want to pray at 3:30, you want to pray at 2:45, you want to pray at 3:15. It is permissible. The prayer will not be invalid. Yes, you can pray. Because the fatwa is on the Jumhur. Jumhur meaning the majority of the ulama. Even the Hanafi, in the Hanafi fiqh, if you look at the fatwa is upon the Sahiban. Sahiban are the students of Imam Abu Hanifa, meaning Sahiban meaning Imam Abu Yusuf and Imam Muhammad. There are, so it's the same. There is no any difference of opinion. So always remember that if you want to follow what is mentioned Shafi and the timing, you can follow. You pray, no problem. is perfectly fine. Number 2, if someone has asset valuing lower than 87.48 grams of gold, that is the nisab of gold, but more than 612.36 grams of silver, can she be eligible to get zakat, assuming that he or she has enough earning to pay all bills and cover expenses? No. This individual is not eligible to take zakat. This individual is actually, he has to give zakat. Because he's over the nisab of silver. He's over the nisab of silver. And last time we did calculate, let's say, what did we calculate? 455. Let's make it 460. So if we calculate this grams, 612.36 grams of silver, if we calculate it in cash, it is $460. So if anyone today has $460 or more in saving, meaning all his expenses are done, bill paying and more, whatever, rent and whatever it is, he has this $460 or more, end of the year, zakat is what? He cannot take the zakat. Yes, if, let's say, you need to help that individual. Let's say all expenses are, but still, it's like hand to mouth. You can help him in other ways, with the other niyyah, not with zakat money. Not with zakat money. If this individual has $460 or more end of the year, then he has to give zakat. And we calculate how much 460 divided by 40. It was what? $12, $13. Again, so this person, it is wajib upon him, farz upon him to give zakat, not to take it. If he's taking zakat, that will be a sin upon him, that individual, and the person who's giving, first of all, he has to invest. No, let me just clear this, When we give out zakat, sometimes unfortunately, we do not invest, we do not research whom we are giving it to. That is, this is a prerequisite. Like for salah, there are some prerequisites. What is it? Make sure that our body is clean, our clothes are clean, the area we're going to pray is clean. We have to make sure for first that we are facing the qibla. These are all the conditions. If someone just comes up and prays no. And then his body is not clean, his clothes are impure, the place where he's praying impure, his salat will not be valid. We will say to him, you go and pray again. The same thing with zakah. Zakah, whatever conditions, if now, yes, zakat is farz upon me, okay? Now it is my own responsibility that who I'm giving zakat to, whether that individual, it is for the best of your research that you can do. Okay, this person is eligible or not eligible. The best you can do. The rest, if God forbid, if the person is lying or that is from him to. But you have to investigate. You have to investigate. You have to research that this person is eligible or not, and then you give it. A lot of time, what happens? We don't even research this and we just give it out. In this case, if you have not researched, you did not take your time to look at this individual, whether he is eligible or not, and you give it, and he is not qualified, your zakat will not be fulfilled. This is the basics of zakat, right? So this individual, actually he has to pay zakat, and let's say, as I said, if he needs some help end of the month, this person is hand to mouth, there's nothing extra, so you can help him in other ways, but not with zakat money. Yes, brother.
What about in a situation where someone have enough money to survive day-to-day basis?
Okay.
But now his son or someone gets sick and he needs money for that.
Okay.
Is zakat wajib?
No.
No.
You can help that individual with other funds, meaning sadaqah, like this, but not zakat. Yes.
I know every year, like in the mosques, they put like boxes for zakat. So if you put money in there, and people who's in charge
Yes.
give it to someone who doesn't deserve it, is it still gonna count for us as it's not a zakat? Even our niyyah was for the zakat to put it in
Yeah,
the
I mean,
mosque.
it is up to you that you trust those who are responsible at the masjid. You trust them. If you trust them and you can ask them, because it's your money, right? You're paying the zakat. You can ask the board members or whoever is responsible to pay out the zakat, that brother, I want to ask you from my satisfaction that what is those requirements, what do you have, what is that requirement that you give? They'll give you the answer, no problem. And if you're satisfied, bismillah. If you're not satisfied, it is okay, no problem. You can give it to somewhere else where you're satisfied. But it is your responsibility and your right to ask. That, okay, you have this box, where do you give? No problem. And the board members or the brother, whoever are responsible, should not be offensive. Yeah, we give this, and this is the you can say conditions, criteria. This is what and you said, okay, yeah, this is a good thing, and then you just give, no problem. Number 3. Is it required to perform sajda tilawa while listening to computer or phone, not live broadcast? No. When you're listening to Quran that is recorded and the ayat of sajda comes, it is not wajib to perform the sajda for that. It is only when you're listening it live. Yes, if it's broadcasting live, like on the radio, on the TV, a lot of people, they listen to Makkah, Medina, and these recitations, they're live. And you have listened to it, yes, then it is wajib. But if it's recording, that is not wajib. The reason is because it is not a human action. The recording is not a human action. That's the main point here. It is recorded. Right? So that is why it is not, the ulama say it is not wajib. Only when you hear it live. Okay, that's it. There's plenty of points that we don't have time. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.